coffee. All right, you guys, so I'm going to get started shortly. Just want to give people a few minutes to log on. Okay, so welcome to Wellness Wednesday. This is a series that's bi-monthly and it's about all things wellness. And the reason I decided to start this series is because I wanted to prove to you guys that wellness and healthy living doesn't have to be this freaking ridiculously hard thing to do, and that anyone can do it with simple, actionable steps. So every other week, I answer questions that you guys have sent me yourselves, and I am just so excited to get started. If you guys have any questions throughout the live, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will answer them at the end. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my stories from earlier today, the topic of today's live is going to be how to establish a morning routine that you'll actually stick to. So let's get ready and begin. So the first thing that we have to do when we're trying to set any new intention or any new routine or healthy habit is to be completely honest with ourselves. Now, when I first started establishing new habits and specifically my morning routine, I remember that I would always tell myself, Jessica, you're not a morning person. There's no way you're going to be able to wake up every day and follow a set routine of things to do. And so my point is that the first thing that I had to change was my mindset. When you're trying to achieve any goal at all, your mindset has to go from lack to abundance. So if you're in this negative mindset where you're putting yourself in a box and not letting yourself grow and mold into the person that you're trying to become, you're not going to physically be able to accomplish anything. So the first thing that you need to do is change your mindset. Start telling yourself, instead of, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to wake up in the morning, and going on and on and on about all the reasons why you're not going to wake up in the morning. Start telling yourself all of the reasons why you will and you can wake up in the morning, and how you will and you can maintain a routine. So that's the first step. Change your mindset, change your life, right? That's the first thing. The second thing that you need to do in order to maintain a morning routine and actually stick to it is sleep. There's no way that you're going to be able to maintain a healthy morning routine if you're not getting enough sleep. 7 to 8 hours, people. Anything less than that is not enough. You might think you're functioning at peak, at an optimum level, but you're actually not. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours, and it'll be much, much easier for you to wake up the next day in the morning. The third tip that I have for you guys for maintaining a morning routine and actually sticking to it is to build habits, new habits, upon pre-existing habits. So if you wake up every morning, if you're like the rest of us and you wake up every morning and you turn off your alarm and immediately go to your phone and start getting on Instagram and checking your comments and checking your likes, that's probably not the best thing to do. But it is useful because you already have a pre-existing habit, which is waking up and turning off your alarm. If you woke up, turned off your alarm, which is the pre-existing habit, and instead of going on Instagram, you took 5 minutes to take deep breaths and list 5 ways that you're grateful for being alive, 5 things that you're grateful for having in your life every single day, that's building a new habit. You've built a new habit upon a pre-existing habit. So that's one of the best ways that you can begin to build new habits in your lifestyle, specifically when it comes to establishing a morning routine that you'll actually be willing and able to stick to. Now, the fourth step is a little odd, but listen to me. Now, one of the fourth thing that I like to do in order to maintain a morning routine is to limit the decisions that I have to make in the morning. So it's like basically doing your future self a favor the day before. So if you know, your brain and your brain power and your willpower, there's only so much of that, and it's expended throughout the day. If you start your morning making 150 different decisions that really aren't necessarily that important, but will negatively impact the rest of your day, if you could do something ahead of time to minimize that, why not? So what I like to do, part of my morning routine, and it's not something that I'm not going to lie and say that I do my morning routine every single day, because we all have lives and things happen. But on the days that I do practice this step, I find that my morning routine is so much more easy to accomplish. So for example, I will make a green smoothie the night before. I like to have green smoothies after my workouts in the morning. So 90% of the time, I'll make my green smoothie the night before, keep it in the fridge, so that when I'm done with my workout, that habit of drinking that green smoothie the next day for breakfast is easier to accomplish because I've already taken the steps to make it easier for myself. I mentioned that I like to work out in the morning. So what I do is I'll take my workout clothes out and I'll put it at the foot of my bed, or I'll put it in the couch that I have in my room. And then the next day when I wake up, that's one less thing that I have to do in order to get my morning workout in. I'll pick my, the morning workout, I'll pick it the night before too. Like I'll save it on my YouTube because I like to work out with YouTube channels, Fitness Blenders, where you're at, those are my people, and Yoga by Adrienne. So I will pick the yoga routine that I want to do the next morning, pick the workout, and I'll just have it saved, and it just makes it easier. It's less things for me to do the next day, and it makes it easier for me to accomplish my morning routine. Now, and just so you guys know, I'm not crazy for doing this. Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, they would do this. Like they pick clothing, they wear the same clothing every single day in order to make less decisions in the morning so that they're more productive. So it actually works, people. Okay. So now let's get into my morning routines, just to give you guys a few ideas of what you could be doing in your own morning routine. If you haven't seen my Insta story from earlier today, check that out after the live. I walked you guys through a few of the things that I do in the morning. The first thing that I do every single day is hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I seriously live by that motto. The moment I wake up, I drink 8 to 16 ounces of water. The simplest thing to do is just keep water by your bed. Again, you're doing things ahead of time to make it easier for you to do in the morning. So I will leave a glass of water by my bed with lemon in it. I will, sometimes a lot of mornings I make my hot turmeric tonic, which is available on my blog under the Real Food tab if you're interested in reading about it and looking at the recipe. It's a anti-inflammatory tonic that I drink in the morning that really flushes your system out. So the first thing I do in the morning is hydrate. That's number one. Another thing that I like to do in the morning, because as I mentioned before, I'm not necessarily a morning person, or I used to not be a morning person. So I like to get active in the morning to wake myself up. So again, I'll plan my workouts, I'll pick my clothing, and that makes it so much easier for me to stick to a habit that I'm trying to establish and sustain. The third thing that I like to do in the morning is meditate. I wake up in the morning, I drink my water, I actually meditate. So I lay in bed, I meditate for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how early I've woken up. Today I woke up at pretty early, so I had enough time to get a good 20-minute meditation in, and it was amazing. Like, I woke up with so much energy. But again, this is a practice that I've been establishing over time. You have to be gentle with yourself. You can't be upset with yourself if you don't accomplish every single task in your morning routine every single day. It's unhealthy to try to reach that level of perfection. It doesn't exist. So you're better off making progress and doing a few of the steps every day than none of them, because you're upset with yourself because you can't accomplish all of them, right? Now, to recap, my loves. So the first step that I take in, sustaining a healthy morning routine and actually sticking to it is changing my mindset. Instead of, giving myself all of this negative talk and telling myself that I'm not capable of waking up and accomplishing my morning routine, the night before I tell myself how amazing my morning routine is going to be, how great my workout is going to be, how delicious the smoothie I just made is going to be in the morning. So you have to talk to yourself positively and change your mindset in order to accomplish any goal, especially a morning routine. Sleep is the second step. It's the key to waking up early and embracing a good morning routine. It's getting enough sleep so that you're not exhausted when you wake up in the morning. And the third step is to establish new habits on pre-existing habits. So like I mentioned before, if you normally wake up and turn off your alarm, wake up, turn off your alarm and meditate. Or wake up, turn off your alarm and, drink your water. So that's definitely a really important step, and it makes it easier for you to accomplish these steps because you've already done something before. And limit your decisions in the morning. Limit the amount of decisions that you have to make in the morning. Make sure that you're getting, you're taking steps ahead of time to make it easier for you. Make your smoothie ahead of time. Pick your clothing. Set, save the meditation that you want to do in the morning. If it's a guided meditation, make sure that the steps that you're taking the next day are making it easier for you, not harder for you, to accomplish this morning routine. Okay? Now, think about it, guys. If your morning routine could actually help you accomplish, such amazing things. People from Oprah to Steve Jobs to everyone in between swears by morning routines. These are people who are friggin' billionaires and extremely successful. If they swear by morning routines, I think that we should probably pick up a couple tips from them and actually try to establish one and stick to it on our own. Now, let's see if you guys have any questions. Yes, Mary, decision fatigue is the realest thing ever. Sometimes before I actually started a continued morning routine where I actually try not to vary the first 90 minutes of my day. Every single day I try to make them the same. Regardless of what time I wake up, I try to make the first 90 minutes of my day the same almost every single day, just because it makes it easier for me to be productive throughout the day. I'm more focused, I'm more joyous, I have more energy, I feel more in control of my life. I feel like I've done something. I'm starting my day with a check. I don't know about y'all, but I'm all about lists and checking off all of my accomplishments. So doing those few things in the morning really make me motivated, and it really does help me have a more productive day in general. Hello, hi everyone, saying hi, you guys are so sweet. Let's see if there's any other questions. Yes, my head wraps are gorgeous. I know a friend of mine, Fiona, she's actually in the group chat. She used to sell head wraps, and she's generously gifted the ones that she didn't sell to me. This is one of them. I love them. They're beautiful. They make me happy. They're a gorgeous style. And yes, Crystal, the mindset is everything. If your mindset isn't in the right place, you are seriously not going to accomplish any of your goals in general, not just a morning routine, in life. You know what I mean? Let's see, what do you suggest for someone who has a hard time going to bed early? So this could be an entirely other live, honestly. So the first thing I'm going to suggest to you is to go to jessicajade.co and go to my blog. Under the Healthy Habits tab, I actually have a Healthy Habits tab. That's how important it is to me. Under the Healthy Habits tab, you're going to find the first article that I ever wrote. It's called 14 Morning and Nightly Routines. So that gives you some ideas of things that you can do to help you establish a nightly routine that'll help you stick to your morning routine. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of the things that I've mentioned were things that I do the day before. Go to bed early, make my green smoothie, pick my workouts out. All of these things that I do the night before are a nightly routine. So in order for you to create a healthy morning routine, you have to create a healthy nightly routine. And if you're struggling to go to sleep early, I think you kind of have to force yourself in a way. I hate to say it that way because sleep is supposed to be fun. And I know you like to sleep, so that should not be an issue for you. But you need to make sure that you're doing things for example, turn off all electronics 1 hour before you go to bed. That's a great way to help you go to sleep. It helps your brain waves relax. It helps your body relax. You're not focusing on 1,000,001 things on the internet. All of these blue lights, honestly, they keep us up. They're artificial. You know, humans, we were meant to go to sleep when the sun went down and wake up when the sun went up. You know what I'm saying? So these lights and electronics actually make it hard for your body to go to sleep. So my first tip would be to turn off all electronics 1 hour before you go to bed. And, you know, drink chamomile tea, drink herbal teas that are warming, have warm drinks right before you're trying to go to bed. Set a routine for yourself. Turn off electronics, drink warming drinks, take a hot, warm bath or shower before it's time to go to bed. Dim the lights. Start rubbing yourself with, like, you know, Sunkissed Organics lavender body balm. It smells great. It's organic. It'll calm you. It'll soothe you because of the lavender. And you have to really set the tone. Get sexy with yourself and help yourself go to sleep. Let's see, what else? Someone else asked something, I believe. What do you store your green smoothies in? So I recently, I don't know if you guys know, but I broke like 3 different blenders in the matter of like 3 weeks. I broke 3 blenders. So I had to buy a new blender. I didn't want to spend all my coins on it. So I bought a NutriBullet. It's actually pretty great. It came with its own little containers. So I blend it in these containers and put a top on it, and that's it. I'm good. I'm done. I store it in the fridge. But I also recommend like glass mason jars. They're pretty inexpensive. You can find them anywhere. That's where I normally store them, but I've broken a few, so I've had to resort to the NutriBullet jars, but those work just as well. Miracle Morning, are you using his tips? No, I actually don't think I've read Miracle Morning, so I am not using his tips, but I will look into it and give it to you guys as a resource as well, because if it works, thank you for the suggestion, Lena. Let's see, anything else? Yes, use the floral balm, Crystal. That's gonna work. Yes, Lena, that's exactly what you need to do. Like, you have to pamper yourself, treat yourself, make yourself feel good, soothe yourself into bed, just like you would do a baby. You would soothe a baby. You would rock a baby. You would rub their back. You would sing them a lullaby. Put on some, you know, some chill tunes, some jazz, something that's gonna lull you into sleep. That's my suggestion if you're struggling with going to bed early and would really like to have a healthy morning routine. So this was great, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are new and don't know me, my name is Jessica Jade. I'm a holistic health coach, a organic skincare artisan, and a wellness writer and speaker. You can find all of the things that I do, coaching services, blogs, skincare, at jessicajade.co, or just click the link in the bio. You'll see my latest articles. You'll see a self-care guide that I have in there, another healthy habits tips guide. They're all free resources for my loves. So thank you so much for joining me. This was great. Have a good night.